Despite various books and mentors, there is still no direct solution to create wealth. Here are those habits that create wealth over time. Hi, friends, and welcome to Life Lessons AG. Firstly, I thank each and every reader and visitor to be part of the Life Lessons family. It is only by your love and support that I have been able to write 100 successful episodes. I hope I would get more love and support in the coming days, which would motivate me. Here is the podcast or the audio version of episode 100. Despite various blogs and books, people have no source that would directly state a way how to create wealth. I have shared some blogs regarding managing finance, but there is no direct point and clear way how to manage it. Therefore, I decided to make a blog that directly states simple yet magical habits that would surely generate wealth for time. These habits are almost proven once, as I have personally noticed these habits in many successful people, including some relatives of mine. The first one is having self control. Having self control is probably the first solution for all financial problems. It is a bitter truth that all things that we dream of can be obtained or bought on credit, but it is really hard to pay the interest or the EMIs of the same. It would be an embarrassing moment when we find that we are having a box of meals on credit one day. It is therefore important to learn the fine art of delaying gratification only by self control. Only by self control we can understand and decide whether we really want it or not. The second one is control future of finance. It is always an advisable fact that the person's personal finance is always be in the hands of him or her. It is because it is him who or her who perfectly knows the scenario and takes the effective decision. It is not the intention to state that taking advice is to be avoided. Rather, we should use the advice just to evaluate the decision we make. We will never know who will support us and who wants our destruction. Therefore, it is to be ensured that our finance should always be in our hands. The third one is know where your money goes. Know properly where your money goes. Know properly where you spend your money. It is because saving ample money can bring out magical figures one day. There are many small changes in recurring monthly expenses when noticed and taken care of can bring out a great change in expenditure. These small changes can really increase the savings of the individual. The best way, like many of us know, is the process of budgeting. We can make a budget at the lowest amount possible to ensure we can save the most in our life for the future. Number 4. Start and maintain an emergency fund. There is a worse trend that is currently getting around in society around us. People give importance to the loans and seldom fail to pay themselves for the work they have done and for the emergency funds. This is the reason why many people get into complications when any emergency arises. It is always important to keep some standard funds for emergency purpose in a place where it is easy to access. It is not important to generate interest or earnings from it. Rather, having it handy for emergency purpose should be the prime intent. Number 5. State saving for retirement from today itself. Many people commit a mistake in this scenario too. They feel that saving for retirement is too early in their 20s and 30s. But the truth is that when a person starts saving in his or her 20s itself, a small amount contributed can make a huge amount at the time of retirement. There was a generic calculation that one of the bank employees stated me a few days ago. There was a plan where I had to pay a small amount of rupees 10,000 a year till I reach the retirement age. At the time of retirement, the amount I was assured to receive was so huge that it was out of my expectations. A small amount of almost rupees 800 contributed every month led me to some lakhs of rupees at the time of retirement. Therefore, it is important to understand that it is never late to start saving for your retirement. Number 6. Get a good grip on taxes. Taxes are typically factors in finance that sometimes make the deal or sometimes it breaks the same. Many a times, financial plans fail due to the taxes that are implemented on them. This is the reason why we should have a good idea of the taxes, at least in the areas that we deal in. Knowing the tax rates will lead us to make decisions that would probably remain unhampered due to any reason. The seventh one is health is wealth. Always remember it. It is the most important and most common saying for all of us. No matter how much wealth one has, it is of no match to the person who has impeccable health. The first thing we need to understand is that health is the trait that leads us to think, work, and act better on anything. Therefore, taking care of health is the most important habit one should have. Talking financially, when a person takes care of his or her health in his or her youth, can have good health in the elder ages too. This implies that medical expenses are also reduced compared to the others. On the other hand, we need to also understand the importance of health insurance that is an increasing trend in the current scenario. Having a good health insurance for a long period can make us feel financially free in case of health issues and emergencies. And the eighth one is protect what you already have. The creation of wealth is important. The more important is to protect what we already have with us. When we protect what we have already, they provide some sort of returns that help us to create more riches without any specific effort given on it. Many people fail to understand this point and run after getting new wealth, leaving behind those already earned and possessed. This is the reason many people fail to get successful. So, finally, let us end this with a bottom line. I know there are some postulates in the previous lines that I have already touched in some or the other episodes before. This episode has the sole motive to make all my readers and listeners understand the habits of creating wealth. I hope this article would turn into a one stop destination for all those people who want to get wealthier in their life. It is important to remember that ethical wealth building takes time, but when we are sincere and disciplined, I am sure every one of us can get rich. Hope you like this episode. Please like, share, and subscribe my channel. Check out my website given in the description for more interesting episodes like this. Don't forget to comment your opinion